All right, are you ready? It's Weather for Weather Geeks time, Thursday evening. We're getting set for the weekend. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a great weekend weather-wise as we roll into the Halloween period. If you still haven't picked out your pumpkin or haven't gone on a hayride or anything like that lately, this isn't going to be a great weekend to do outdoor autumnal activities. So we'll get to the forecast here in just a moment. First things first, quick review of this morning. It was the coldest morning of the season so far officially at the Youngstown Warren Airport. It hit at 28 this morning, our coldest temperatures since April 21st. So it's been over 6 months since we've had a low temperature as cold as we had earlier today. Of course, we weren't alone. It was cold just about everywhere. 29 in New Philly, 32 Akron, 41 with a lake breeze up in Erie. Pittsburgh dropped down to their coldest reading of the season so far at 29 degrees. First thing this morning, it was frosty out there. It was a nice looking sunrise, but as expected, the clouds did thicken up as we got deeper into the day today. Starting out as some cirrus clouds, then eventually becoming all sorts of different types of clouds. There was quite a variety in the sky today, kind of a milky look to the sky as expected for a lot of the afternoon today. So it turned out to be a pretty cloudy, pretty chilly afternoon. Here's a look down at the clouds from above with our high res. This is now GOES East. It was GOES 16 when they first launched this, but it is officially now GOES East. We had a little fog at the start of the day too in parts of the region, but again, just kind of a variety of different types of clouds out there today. All right, this evening, a little after 7 p.m., we have two systems on the weather map this evening. One is out here. The other one, the stronger one's down here. This is what's going to become our East Coast storm that will be close enough to us to bring us some ugly weather as we go through tomorrow night and into the weekend. So a pretty cloudy, uneventful day on Friday until we get past sunset. And then I think our rain chances start to increase. And notice the latest run of our high-res model here shows it raining in most of the valley before 11 o'clock. So if you plan on taking in one of the big high school football games tomorrow evening, it's rivalry week, of course, and yeah, just plan on getting wet from time to time. Particularly, I think, during the second half of the games. Rain can arrive a little bit sooner the farther south you are. So down in Columbiana County, the rain probably starts a little bit earlier. The last places to see the rain getting going will be up in northern Trumbull and northern parts of Mercer County. So it'll be chilly, mid-40s. That's it for tomorrow evening. Just a lousy Saturday coming up. There's our big nor'easter, but a secondary low on the backside of this produces light rain and drizzle most of the day. A chilly easterly breeze as well on Saturday. And as we go into Saturday night and Sunday, I think there's still some lingering moisture around, so there could be a touch of rain or drizzle, especially into the first half of the day on Sunday. So Penguin game day forecast, not a great one on Saturday. It's a 2 o'clock kick against Indiana State, and I think a good chance of rain. Be out there, temperatures in the 40s, probably a wind chill factor as well, probably about 41, 42 for the wind chill Saturday afternoon. So it's going to be cool all weekend. 47 I have for the high on Saturday, 49 degrees on Sunday. Now, as far as the rain on Sunday, I think this could be in kind of two separate waves. We could have a little lingering rain in the morning, and then a kind of a midday or afternoon lull, and then I think with another system heading our way, a weaker system, it may begin to rain steadily again towards the end of the day. So rainfall totals from tonight through the day on Sunday, a pretty good average of a half an inch to perhaps an inch. The RPM model doesn't go out as far as Sunday afternoon yet, so that's why you see the green line dip like this. Just ignore the dip. The RPM indicating about an inch, whereas the GFS Ensemble, the European, all generally under an inch. It'll be a decent amount of rain, but not anything that's too overwhelming. Now, that being said, of course, the foliage and the leaf drop is way behind this year. But if you happen to be on a street in your neighborhood, if the trees are shedding their leaves a lot right now, as we get into a couple of rainy periods here, maybe a good idea to make sure that the drains are unclogged and make sure that your gutters are not all clogged up with leaves and pine cones and that sort of thing. Because as we get a couple of rainy days coming up, not only this weekend but next week as well. It can be an issue when it rains hard, if it tries to rain hard, and you've got clogged drains and gutters as well. All right, so let's talk about next week. Let me fast forward here to the second half of next week. European model advertising a cold front approaching on Halloween. Now, this looks a lot faster than yesterday, so I've had to insert a chance of a little bit of rain before Wednesday is through, so that could be impactful for trick-or-treaters Wednesday evening. European then stalls the front, a wave of low pressure goes along, and it turns out to be a soggy opening to November on Thursday. The GFS model is much faster with this. So the European's a little bit on its own here with the intensity of the rainfall on Thursday. If this were to be right, though, that could be a pretty heavy rain event coming up on Thursday, and that would be a bigger concern for clogged drains, sewers, that sort of thing. So that's something that we'll be keeping a close eye on for the second half of next week. Temperature trends, yeah, it's going to warm up next week. We might even flirt with 60 on Halloween. Beyond Halloween, notice the green and blue blob here kind of shifts east. I think it does cool down some for next weekend. Beyond that first weekend of November, though, and closer to Election Day and into kind of the second week of November, a lot of the modeling is showing a warmer trend developing. So it's going to warm up some to open November, cooler then for the first weekend of November, and then probably warmer again as we get into that second full week of November. Hope you have a great Thursday night, everyone. I'll see you back here on Monday for a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. We'll have all sorts of fun Halloween stats and a fully updated trick-or-treat forecast in future editions of Weather for Weather Geeks.